Hi guys, today we are showing the new entities since the spawner updated, and we're gonna show some entities that changed. Okay, so the other video we showed A80 and he just stood there, but now he changed. Look. He now does that. Look at this. Okay, now time for the next one. That's the only entity that changed in the A section. However, okay, so the next entity is XE1. He's basically still the same. He just damages you whenever you're near. Regardless if you have a flashlight or gummy flashlight. Stop it. And his life, yeah, it's actually pretty long. Like 1 minute and a half or so. We're just gonna wait until he despawns. Hey, don't go near me. You're damaging me. You just want to damage me. Also, he still can't. He still can. Okay, he's gone. He still can damage you in lockers or tables, since blue lockers don't exist in the E section. Okay, it's becoming night. Oh no. Oh my god. Okay, next entity is BM1. Don't go near him because after some seconds he will explode. And when he does, his body parts will go throughout the room and they will explode too. Like this. Just watch. See? Okay, now time for CHA1. So you basically just have to dodge its attacks. However, it does have a big hitbox. And it's almost impossible to dodge. See? Okay, he's a close-up. And he just went. He can still get you in lot of stuff. See? That's his despawn. Okay, now time for DJ1. This is a pretty basic one. He just digs and comes up where you want to. Do you understand? It also takes a really long time for him to respond, more longer than XE1. Sometimes a bit shorter, but that looks pretty long. Also, just saying something, some E1 variants, like a combination of E1 variants can spawn in the same room also. Just saying. That's his despawn sound, if you might ask. Also, now E142 and E144 can no longer soft lock servers because of the April Fool's updates. Okay, now for some new entities, U10 and U40. Okay, so basically U10 is like A10 but faster, and it also just stops at the latest room and checks one random logger. Okay, so I recommend hiding in tables. I don't know if tables are in the U section, but I don't know. I'm just gonna let you see it. I'm also gonna remove the screen shake so it isn't pretty chaotic. Okay, wait, wait. That's what he does. Now, U40 is like A80 but way bigger hitbox. And that's basically everything that changed. However, I am gonna show some entities that got removed from the April Fool's update. Well, I'm not actually gonna show them, but I'm just gonna talk about them. If you wanna skip, that's alright, okay? Okay, so if you were in the April Fool's update, they also said that the April Fool's update could be played in private servers in the future, which is actually a pretty good update. I wish they added it already, but since it didn't, so we are just gonna wait some months or weeks. Okay, now to talk about the entities. Okay, so first entity is XX10. It's basically just like X10 and faster, and that's all. He still has the same jump scare and the same jump scare sound as X10, which is pretty lame, honestly. Okay, so next entity is XX35. XX35 is an entity like V35, just doesn't have a fake despawn sound. Fake despawn. Yes. He's basically just like X35, but instead of just rebounding 1.5 times like this, he rebounds 2 times, like V35. So now the next entity is XX60, and it's just X60 but way faster. Next entity is Troll90. He's just like A90 from Room's Doors, but it's a troll face. That's basically it. Okay, if you don't know what A90 is, I'm just gonna explain it to you. A90 is an entity that stops you from moving, and if you do, it takes 90 damage. Okay? Next one is M1. Some entities also got changed. So now in the April Fool's update, during that, A120 will spawn more minions than usual. Like sometimes even the minions even block the whole room. Just saying. Okay, next entity that changed is A150. A150 changed its appearance, however, it still works the same. He was now a carpenter. Now that's all sound now actually makes sense. Okay, next entity that changed. Never mind. A221 got added in the game again, but instead with the name A220. And this is now a sussy PNG face with also a white background. It is just a crappy A221 image. The same happened with A246, now with the name A247, which is now a crappy A246 image with a white background. They also have X versions which are just faster, and that's all. Okay, so A278 also changed. Now he is Ult278 with the name Billy. Purple Billy replaced Ult278, which checks blue lockers, and Sad Billy replaced Clap278, which checks tables. And there's also a new A278 variant, which is called Bully Billy, which just damages you if you're near him. He is a bully. Just saying. Okay, so A300 also changed. Now he is smiling and with only 2 eyes instead of 3. And now he can spawn himself 2 times or only 1 time, which basically just stays the same color. Okay, wait, I forgot someone. A200 also changed, which now is thicker and rainbow. Okay, now also Noah. Now he can spawn billions of times in a room now. Okay, now onto the E section. The only entity that got added to the E section is XXE1, which is basically XE1, but it's totally friendly. We don't know what he does. Now, E142 got replaced by E1424, which is now just E142 but E144's color. The same happened with E144, which is now named E1442, and is now E142's color. Also, they didn't change their frown and smile, okay? Okay, so now onto the V section. V section, so now V5, V5 now also has the same thing as Noah. He can spawn a billion times in the same room now too. Okay, now there was a new U section, which is actually pretty cool. Okay, so first U section entity is U5, which is basically just A10. Also, anytime when an entity spawns in the U section, it will play intense music. Just saying. And if two entities spawn, if any entity spawns when another entity is present, the music gets faster and faster and faster and faster. Just saying. Okay, so U5 is basically A10. U10 is also A10. U40 is also A10. Okay, so each time the entities get faster. U80 is A10. And U120 is also A10. U170, it's basically U170. Wait, be right back. Okay, back. So basically U170 is an entity that rebounds mostly 2 to 4, but is basically just random rebounds. And U170 appears as A60's first phase but edited. And it seems to be redrawn the rainbow vibrant colors with less detail. Okay, so next entity is U200, which is the seventh entity you'll find in the U section. Yes. Okay, so it will rush through rooms at a fast speed, then despawning after hitting the current door. Basically, he's just A10. Now for U230. So bro. Okay, so U230 is an entity that spawns in front of the next door, and after a few seconds it will rush its way to U0. It's basically U200 but can't rebound when someone... Okay, I'm just not understanding anymore. Okay, now U260 was added on the April Fool's update too. So it's basically a very creepy face. So basically U260, like every other entity, is a runner. However, unlike others, it rebounds once, acting like A35. So yes. Okay, U300 is the 10th entity you will encounter in the U section. So it is not recommended to stay close to the walls in order to survive it. So U300 rushes to the last open room, rebounding 4 times, then despawning. Oh wait. Okay, my pet A221 is hungry. Let me just do this. Back. Okay, so yeah. He rebounds 4 times, then despawns. Now we are getting to the end. We are getting to the end. So U330 stole A100's for face because he's too lazy to get his own appearance. Lol. U330 appears as 5 floating eyes. Wait, be right back again. Sorry, I made AFK too many times. Okay guys, I'm back. Oh god, it's night again. Okay, so this recording is pretty long, so I'm sorry if this has took you too many. So U330 is the 11th entity you'll encounter in the section U, coming 30 rooms after the previous entity. So it will spawn from the recently opened room and proceed to rush the other way. After a few rooms, it will instantly teleport back to the room, repeating this after a few more rooms, and then it will go normally. This behavior is similar to a removed entity from section A, A246. Okay, so next entity is U380. We are getting to the end, guys. We are getting to the end, okay? So just be patient. Okay, so U380 is the 12th and penultimate entity you'll find on the section U. It spawns and became stationary and it makes clones, creating your dad who went to go buy some milk. But he never came back for 380 billion years, which made you 380 billion years old, and then your dad died from then being reborn. I'm just kidding, guys. Similar to A278, U380 generates duplicates of itself. It is highly likely that your device will lag and then get on fire as rip-off version of A278 clones 380 billion clones. It generates a quantity of 5 to 35 duplicates of itself. The clones can be purple, green, and blue, and those who are the only possible clone colors for now. Other colors of U380 are TBA. It will spawn and slowly make its way to U000 and despawn, and any other clones will also despawn along with it. So the last entity of the U section. Wait, what? Okay, so U400 is the last and 13th entity you'll find at section U. U400 will crash your server if a player dies, and he will spawn 400 billion clones that will lag and crash your game and make your PC get on fire and then blow up into a hypernova that will destroy the solar system. Makes sense to pick Solve 50. Once a player reaches the last room in the U section, the last room in the U section has a sign that says, "Hooray, you made it! GG, let's party!" Soon after, the room will turn red with the word "die" around the room and the sign now reading, "You were never supposed to hear this game. It's so hard that you will die soon." Sorry for the spelling mistake. Okay, now, then U400 will spawn a few seconds later and start to slowly destroy the whole map. Soon enough, it will destroy the base plate, causing players to fall through the map. It will also clone itself while the server is still active before it shuts down. So yeah, it basically unanchors everything it touches. Just saying. Okay, so there are also some entities that also are from the section U hoax. So we're gonna talk about them too. So U55 is the third entity you will encounter in the section U hoax. So U55, it will spawn from the metal door, then rebound a few times. U55 makes a similar ambient sound to A100. Now for the last entity we're going to talk about is U60. So yeah. U60 is very scary, not gonna lie. So it's the final entity at the U section. So yeah. So U60. Wait. I don't, bro. Okay, wait. It is the successor to another runner type entity, that being U55, and it currently doesn't have any successors. It marks its debut at room U60, hence its name, and will begin its moving sequence by idling the metal doors of the section. After a few seconds, it will traverse through the rooms while emitting low, distorted static-like sounds that stir like A60. When reaching its destination at the latest room, it will remain idle at the center of the room in an identical manner to the latter before despawning. In some cases, when the entity reaches the latest room, it will still idle at the center of the room, but it will then suddenly depart from the room and will begin backtracking for a moment. After backtracking through a few rooms, it will gain a much quicker speed, then rushing back towards the last room to despawn, via contact with the latest unopened door. After the player's initial encounter with the entity, they simply have to use everything they learned about the previous entities, U10, U40, and U55, and evade them to try to get as far as they can into the section. If the player is unable to locate any nearby hiding spots in time, U60 will instantly kill the player upon making contact with it, bringing them back to the lobby, leaving them to progress back toward where they left off if they desire to. As the entity will not penalize the player in some way like some of its predecessors,
once did. U10 will kick the player from the game. U40 will block the player to interminable rooms banned land. During the section U hoax, the section and the two previously mentioned entities were showcased. So U55 made a brief included in the hoax, though it is likely made a brief appearance on the computer at the section's lobby. And U60 weren't shown, therefore it is unknown if they were included in the hoax. So it is likely since they're included in the section U hoax recreation, which was made by one of the hoax creators. As of now, and likely from now on, U60 remains as the final entity to roam the section. Thus making it another entity, players must be on the lookout for when traversing further into the section. Unlike its predecessors, it makes a quite infrequent appearances, so it makes up for this by switching it between its two mechanics. It can be seen as a moderately difficult entity for this, though it can easily be avoided. That's all, guys. Oh god, that was so long. Okay, so some entities I haven't mentioned yet. I know I'm making you suffer. A404, if he gets Ingi, he will ban you from the game for I'm just kidding. He will just kick you, and that's all. And there's also docile. It will only appear if each section didn't load, and it will appear at A404, or if the E section appeared not at A399 or at 398. Sometimes that can happen. So now Trollface is a friendly entity which rebounds a billion times, and G glitch. G0. I'm just kidding. So it basically is the fastest entity in the world. The fastest entity in the world. I'm not kidding. So it basically just doesn't kill you like Trollface, doesn't rebound. It's like A10, but no kill. And it is really fast, faster than A1, A3 in range, faster than A404 in range. I'm not kidding. Okay, that's all for this video. Time to show you something. You won. God, please no. Don't do that. Bro, stop. Stop. Okay, 69%. Okay, it's goodbye, guys. Bye. Oh, no, stop.